We want to look at taming the AI tsunami. Want to look at some strategic approach to multi-cloud cost automation. Taming the AI tsunami. Let's wait for some people to join. Then we will look at some things we can do to tame the cost around AI deployment today. To look at various strategies that can be very, very helpful. So we're looking at this particular stuff today, taming the AI tsunami. Is very tough that it is important to have some strategic approach to multi-cloud cost optimizations. And so that is why we'll be looking at that, you know, taming the AI tsunami, deploying models today. I, Normally, you deploy them. Many of the people deployed on the cloud using a lot of AI resources, either from the AWS or from Microsoft Azure or GCP. Some build on IBM Cloud, some build on Oracle Cloud infrastructure. But you need to understand that the cost of deployment in these clouds skyrocket. I mean, they seriously skyrocketing, and then they rising very fast and moving the goalposts of your budget. And hence, it is important to have a strategic approach, technically using what we call the reference architecture from best practice of deployment, using the right stack, the right resources, the right configuration parameters, making sure that whatever stack you used to build and that you understand, for instance, the foundational models that you are using and understand the various use cases so that when you deploy, they become very, very important.
Call from call from
Yeah, so we're looking at using different techniques, strategy, both technically, a solution architect with capability of DevOps engineering, FinOps operator to make sure that the charges are not too much. I mean, you're not using any. So we're talking of how what strategic approach today. We look at the cloud industry today, and especially as a result of a lot of AI deployment, we see that it is a market of 44 billion question in terms of the wastages that happen in the cloud resource usage of cloud resources. So the global public cloud spending is on a trajectory to surpass 800 billion in the near future. I mean, they spend, and out of this in the near future for sure, and out of this spend, that of course paying for businesses, cloud users, or AI builders are using, this is actually uh, increasing. And out of this, 44 billion of that spend is kind of is for wastage, which is equivalent to GDP of smaller nations or combined, if I'm not mistaken. And so, how much of that wastage is your own part today? How much is your own wastage? So, how do we help you to reduce that? You see, the cloud cost crisis in the AI era, we see that multi cloud reality has created a financial black box for most organizations. We see that 89% of companies lack cost visibility across their multi cloud environment, and 36% projected increase in AI spending for this year and beyond. We also see around 45% of companies will spend over $100,000 per month on AI too. And so as a result, we see that the AI revolution is accelerating the cloud cost to unprecedented level, creating new challenges that traditional tool cannot address. And so we see that spending is growing year in, year out, especially the wastage part of the cloud. And that is why we want to be able to look at strategic approaches that you can use to reduce this wastage. We have the unique challenges of AI workloads, and some of those unique challenges today we see the high GPU cost in terms of the GPU either from NVIDIA, like the A100, the H100 or H200, or the GB200, GB300, all those things, or the LA40. You see those GPU, they are very, very expensive. So we see that the high cost of AI training require expensive, high performance GPU, like I mentioned, with price varying significantly across the various cloud providers. And you see the costs are very, very expensive. Then also there is a cost of data transfer. That means moving the massive movement of data from across the cloud provider for training or for inference. Of course, they incur substantial and unpredictable in-grade costs. That is the movement of data, either moving data out or moving data in or across them. It's a lot of expense that we see in the industry. There is also what we call the idle zombie resources. Those are the resources that maybe they, as a result of misconfigured auto scaling policies or forgotten GPU clusters they lead to significant waste from unused resources or maybe storages or networking or different type of resources that are idle, maybe instances, okay? And those things, those are the things that are the challenge today. And then the lack of a unified visibility across this is a problem. So each cloud provider has unique billing format and of course discounts structures, making consolidated cost view nearly impossible. Of course, there are third-party tools that does that today, similar to the Jericho AI we're talking about. And so we see that building an AI tool or deploying stuff in the cloud today could be very expensive. And without strategic approach, there's a lot of wastages that take place. And that is why we want to look at Jericho AI. We are introducing to you, if you have not heard about it before, Jericho AI. Jericho AI is the industry first autonomous FinOps platform engineered specifically for the complexity of multi cloud. And so the platform is built with multi cloud in mind, from the AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM, Oracle Cloud. This was the main and the core of the platform. So that the system helps you to look at historical data like the cost usages, right? The Your usage of the resources, what you are using it for, how much are you paying, and then how much are you using it, when do you need to use it. We look at those monitoring those data, historical data, and the system is modeled according to it, not of course uh, bringing down the performance of the system. So for Jericho AI, the performance, the operations, we try to match them to be able to predict to you, provide an insight, provide a way, recommendations, and then provide a predictive data that you can use to reduce them. And so we don't just send you the alert. We, in fact, the system actually take decisive actions as a DevOps engineer, as a FinOps engineer, as a solution architect, or a cloud engineer to automate those actions for eliminating the wastages that take place. And Jericho AI guarantees 30 to 85% of savings. So, what we mean by that is that, say, for instance, you are paying uh, $5,000 to per month to AWS, to GCP, to Azure, to any of the cloud provider. This Once you connect the system to this platform, the system autonomously checked what you are paying, what you are using the system for, based on some proprietary algorithm, using what we call engineering method or procedure to be able to predict or advise you on what you need to do. And this advisory can be autonomously implemented, or you as human being can, of course, implement it. And so Jericho AI use autonomous implementation system. And so our AI engine automatically implement cost saving strategy within 24 hours. And whether you are sleeping, your system is running, right? So when you are sleeping, Jericho is working for you. So what people we see company doing, they hired Jericho AI to be part of their own team. When you are sleeping, Jericho AI is working. So to autonomously check how much you are paying, what are you paying for, and then it uses reference architecture, the best practice to give predictions, to give recommendation, to give an advice, and to provide guide on what to do to implement those things. Beyond that, we have human expertise, our team of FinOps engineers, solution architects, DevOps engineers, and cloud engineers who also helps to ensure automatizations align with your performance requirement. And then you begin to see results within 24 hours, no doubt about that, of connecting your account. And that's why you want to quickly rush into to check out Jericho AI, jerichoai.io, jerichoai.io to sign up. We have 14 days of free testing without any obligation to you. You don't need to put your credit card or whatever. You can check how the system actually performs. How it works. Jericho AI is an AI power engine with human expertise. Okay. And so Jericho AI combines powerful AI with human, uh, with expert human oversight to deliver immediate sustainable cost saving, okay, to whoever connect. So number one, you connect you go to the platform www.jerichoai.io, and by the way, it's also available in the Microsoft Azure Marketplace. So you securely connect your once you sign up, you will now connect your cloud account, and if you also have large language model account like OpenAI, Gemini, Llama, and all those things, you can connect across your account to our platform in minutes with read-only access. Once that is connected, within 8 to 24 hours, you see that the system begin to analyze intelligently like human engineer using our proprietary algorithm, human techniques algorithm that were built, our AI engine platform. So comprehensively analyze your entire cloud workload, or what we call the cloud estate, and then understand the workload pattern, the data flow, the resources dependence, how much you are spending on these resources, or how much you are being charged for these resources, what you are using it for, and we look at best practice of how it should be, and then begin now to advise you. So we analyze this data, and by the way, Jericho AI is built, the data storage and data structures are actually housed in Microsoft Fabric. So to tell you that it's a very wonderful system, it sits on Microsoft Fabric using what we call the Medallion architecture. Okay, and then after that the analysis are done, we also the platform helps autonomously to analyze and optimize the platform optimize autonomously and implement cost saving optimization 24/7 like an eye non sleeping, checking those data that okay what you need to do and all that type of thing, which include resizing, scheduling, spot distance, data transfer automation, storage automations, compute automation, GPU capacity or CPU capacity automatizations, clustering, and all those things are put into considerations. And then the system also does validations by either our human engineer. So our team of experts continuously monitor the automated automatizations, ensuring that they align with your performance requirement and business goal. And so that is the system. And once this is done, we have seen customers guarantee saving 30% all the way, spanning to 85% of whatsoever you are paying. So it is a very strategic system for cost reductions. And so if you are paying there to AWS monthly, you're paying to GCP, you're paying to Microsoft, you're paying to IBM or OCI, this is a go-to platform for you. And what we are saying here is that we save you money. We don't do anything. We build a system, so the system acts as your companions of saving, because we know it is very, very expensive. And so we have seen real result for global leaders, right? So the customer cost saving, we have seen fantastic result from various customers. In fact, one of our customers, he said Jericho has been a game changer for our cloud cost. The AI power suggestions are spot on, and the platform is incredibly easy to use. Yes, we can attest to this. You can go to jerichoai.io as we speak and check up. If you have a cloud account, you can just connect it, read only access, and you see that it provides a dynamic type of services to you right away there. And so Jericho, what makes Jericho AI different from other platforms is that while other tools provide data, Jericho AI provide outcome. We close the gap between insight and actions. It's not enough to provide an insight. And that is why in terms of features like the one of the cost functionality, you will see that it's an autonomous implementations and automations platform that helps you. While others may be manual reporting and basic alert or dashboard and recommendations, we go beyond that to provide autonomous implementations and automizations of your cloud workloads. Okay, and that spans across everything. In terms of the scope, some target just single cloud platforms, and some other has capability, limited capability around multi-cloud. But in our case, we have a comprehensive coverage of multi-cloud AI and LLM coverage that is support the cost saving. We also, in terms of the expertise, um, some, of course, to use some other tool like the native cloud tool, you may require in-house expert, and some traditional FinOps platform also require in-house expert. But Jericho AI is built has built-in DevOps, solution architect, cloud engineer, and FinOps expert is included in the platform, and that is what is key. So the model and the system is trained with the expertise of engineering procedures, engineering expertise, and in fact, that is one of the proprietary algorithms that we have built with that capability. In terms of the pricing model, we've seen, of course, the native one, like each of the cloud provider has their own cloud reduction insight, which is free most time. And then for the other people, high SaaS fee. But in the case of Jericho AI, is a performance based plus little amount of subscription. So for instance, um, to use the system, you is free for 14 days. And then if you want to continue using it, you pay, you have $19 per month all the way to $199 per month, which is a uh, very small fractions of whatever. And then whatever will save you, we take 10% of that. So it's performance based totally, total different way of a model. In terms of time to value, um, some the native cloud platforms, you have to do a lot of work to begin to see the real value in months, and other platform is week to month. But in Jericho AI, is 8 hours to 24 hours. You see result right away there, and so it's a comprehensive type of system that that we have actually seen. And so it's very, very important to begin to really look at that. For the AI workload automatizations, in-house don't even have those type of thing, but some also have limited. We have a comprehensive AI workload automatizations, and then for autonomous actions, in our case, is yes. And again, we so stop burning money, stop spending, wasting money. You need to start automizing your cloud today. So the era of manual cloud cost management is totally over. Now we have automatic agents, autonomous agent that helps you to continually rely on reactive data dashboard in the age of AI. just like navigating and all that. So we have gone beyond that. So try Jericho AI today to be able to save up to 85% in your cost savings. So connect your cloud account and see your guarantee report, cost saving report within 24 hours. And so if you go to the site, you will be able to see that. Maybe I can quickly share my screen now and then show to you how you can quickly look at it. So this is Jericho AI, right? So this is Jericho AI. You go to jerichoai.io. You are able to, if you want to check before, these are the platforms that are already connected. For the case of AWS, there are a few things you need to do to be able to connect your platform. I did connect one of my platform before, or my account before. So let me quickly log into it and let's see that. And so this is my account, okay? And then this account is connected, and this account that is connected, you let's wait. The data is loading from the backend, okay? And then so what you see is that we have the dashboard, we have the course overview that you can see. Sorry, okay. I used this account before. I think, of course, if you don't pay for subscription or for, we save this guy this, and then this is what you need to pay. It was not paid. So let's try to see a new account, maybe, so that can see. Okay, let's see that. Okay, I think this has the same thing also. Okay, try another account. Don't know. Let's try any account and see. Okay. Now my email is having issue. Let's try this account and see. Log in with. Let's try this account. The same thing. I use many free account. Okay, maybe we can. Hmm. Okay. So let's stay within this place so that I'll just explain it, even though it has expired. Okay. But let's try to. Okay. So you see, this is the cost, total cost of what I'm paying between this time and this time. And then you can see all of that. These are recommendation, by the way. Okay. Then let's go. We see, okay, see me to pay something before. Let's see. It's asking me to pay. That will take care of it. But once I pay, then I will be able to see the recommendation page actually. So right now, I can't. The system prevented me from seeing because you are owing, right? There is this in here. So, but by the way, so once that is done, you will see all your recommendations over here, like you can see here. These are also recommendation too, by the way. So in this sense, right, you you can see this was the, let's check one of these, let's check a heavy one. Let's see this one. Okay, so here, this is a recommendation, and it's saying ensure that all dependent services and function correctly on the new Eastern blah blah blah. Okay, here is 75, 70.7 reduction for these recommendations. And then we are seeing the current services versus our recommendation, the Jericho recommendations. The this is using this Eastern T32S large and the vCPU of 8, and then using 32 gigabyte, and then the cost is paying this per month. But based on the checking and everything, the system is recommending a kind of a slowdown or reducing. And why is the recommendation? The maximum CPU utilization is 15%, 15.07%, indicating that the T3, that is the current instance, is oversized for the workload, of course, that is currently using. So utilizations cost consistently stay below this threshold, classifying it as a low utilization, though justifying the recommendation to downsize to this. So this is the reason. And if you want that, if you want to, the human effort will be around 1 to 2 hours to get that done. And this is what you are saving. So imagine you're paying $85 and now you're going to be paying this, which is 70%. So if you want it, you can continue. And if you continue, you could request for a human engineer to implement that for you, or you could use the Jericho's autonomous system, okay, which is under we. Of course, Jericho is still MVP, so we are still testing this. Then you could do it yourself. When you say do it yourself, what the system does is that it provides you hint of what to do, terms of a step, right? And so that is it. So it's a wonderful system, a wonderful tool that keeps the system seriously running, okay, and provide a very clear insight for everything. You can see all these are live data, okay, and then you can check, you can create ticket or do whatever you want to do actually. So Jericho AI is a wonderful system. My you know if you your subscription, this subscription I have 1 hour to use that I can use actually to be able to do any type of human service. You can use this 1 hour for human service. I mean, for a human to implement recommendation for you. We are still working on that particular part. So on and on, you see a lot of things here. And so we don't just make recommendation. There are cases where recommendation is zero. Okay. In this case, let's look at the case where it is zero. We here we don't we monitor the system, and we don't even do any cost reduction because of what you are presently using. We say that the instance show low utilization metrics with a maximum CPU of this database connect peak, this and all that, and we make recommendation not to change actually anything, right? So we still keep to that. So that is why you see the cost is less. In this side, you see this is the person is paying $350 just for this instance. We are saying that you can do 50% of it in terms of reductions. And the reason for that, we see low utilizations as well. So all that keep changing from time to time. So we completely advise that you make sure that you are able to use Jericho. So you can quickly go to Jericho IO, Jericho AI.io to begin to use the system and join other users who are already benefiting today. Once again, thank you very, very much.